We loved going absurd. Like, we had Mighty Boosh in mind, we had Flight of the Conchords in mind. Like, big, bold, weird comedy is something that has permeated Skit Box since the beginning.
Skit Box originally formed in 2012. The three of us were all working in the comedy and theatre and film scene here in Sydney, and we'd all met each other on various projects and decided that we wanted to get together and make some comedy.
Showing off my baby in my activewear. I drink Coke Zero in my activewear.
Basically, Skit Box, the web series, is about our story as three women trying to make it in the comedy industry and all the kind of obstacles in their way. We treat it in a completely hyperbolized, absurd, comedic way.
No, Skit Box. Like skit as in we make sketches, and box because, you know.
Vaginas. So we have these alter egos in the series, and they are objects in our characters' lives that sort of come to life whenever we need a pep talk or a dose of reality.
It's interesting because we've all got very different comedic sensibilities and taste, but I think Skit Box as a whole is kind of this weird mesh of the three of us. And because we've all been working together for over 5 years, we kind of all instinctively know what kind of jokes work for Skit Box.
Adele is the pragmatic, organised one. She's always got a plan. Sarah is the networker. She knows what she wants to happen. I'm the scatterbrained, all over the place, lunatic one, I guess you'd say. And the three of us bringing that together, naturally we find different things funny, but that makes a really unique brand of comedy.
Oh, Adele, could you please take those weird sketch videos off the server? They're taking up space.
Yeah, I'm sorry, will do.
Adele, can you alphabetize the cutlery for us?
Yes, absolutely, thank you.
Adele! Did you buy me this pen?
So writing for sketch comedy prepared me for narrative by helping me structure the beginning, middle and end of scenes that end in gags. So really structuring out jokes. That's really at a great advantage of writing sketch. Going into narrative though, what you really have to turn on is this ripple effect. If you change something at the end of a sketch, it doesn't really affect the beginning, but if you change something in Act 3, it'll probably affect Act 1. So for us, it's been really fun going from sketch into narrative because of that challenge.
Took this as seriously as I did, maybe I wouldn't need to take control. This is comedy!
I think the online community in Australia is really, really collaborative, and I think that's because we've all kind of grown up creating stuff and we all love to make stuff, and a lot of the time you're pulling in favours from friends, so it's so much more fun when you can actually get other people to jump in who know what they're doing and who also make stuff as well. So for example, we've got Matt O'Kine in the show who was also in our series Wham Bam, and so it was great to be able to bring him back. We've got other comedians like Cam Knight, Greg Larson, Henry Stone, and they're all people whose work we really admire, and it's been really fun to write characters for them to play.
We spend a lot of time directing our own stuff, and that's the way we've developed our work. When you're a YouTube generation content maker, you end up doing everything yourself in the early days. You learn how to do the directing, do the editing. You kind of just learn along the way, and that's the rhythm we fall into, to be able to give it that authenticity and that voice.
Take Scorpio sign square, Omega, some squiggly shit.
All right, well, look, let's just keep going because we can't afford to pay the crew overtime. When you have a limited budget, you're forced to be creative and innovative within the means that you have. So all of a sudden, you have to really think about why you're telling that story and what it is that's important. You're only ever challenging yourself to think outside the square. And that's what I kind of try and do in every single project that I work on.
Having just finished this narrative, we feel confident that we can do anything. It has been a really creatively invigorating process.
We thought that this story has a kind of universal relatability to a lot of different people, especially for women who maybe find themselves in a similar situation where they are trying to push the boundaries, maybe break a male-dominated industry. That's kind of what the show is about, but also it's absurd, it's nuts, and it's one of the best and funnest scripts that we've ever been able to create. So all in all, I certainly hope that audiences are watching with a big grin on their faces, maybe a little bit of inspiration, if not just a bit of polite befuddlement will do.